Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and today we are going to look at a 2024 portfolio. What would I be investing in if I had $50,000 to invest in crypto today? What we're going to do is we're going to break down the crypto market into assets that I think will outperform the rest. Also, this is a very conservative portfolio. We are not looking at micro caps in this video. So if that's something you're interested in, then you need to look elsewhere. Before we begin, however, I must preface that many things can change in the next 12 to 18 months. And those things all need to line up for this portfolio to hit its targets. We need a relaxation in the monetary policy in America. Interest rates need to come down. We are more than likely going to need to see Donald Trump become the president of America for this portfolio to work. And of course, the biggest thing of all, we need Bitcoin dominance to top out around 60% and then come down for these alts to really pump. So with all that being said, the time frame for this portfolio is about 18 months, the end of 2025. This isn't a portfolio you will be holding for the next 5 or 6 years because things change, projects change, and some projects come along. We have allocated a certain percentage of this portfolio to cash. That is to catch any new movers. Before we begin, however, can we please ask you to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse and help us grow the channel. Now, what we've done with this portfolio, if you've watched us before, you will know this is how we work. We've broken the portfolio down into 60-40. 60% into what we consider to be the top tier crypto assets and 40% to alts. So if we begin with the 60%, traditionally, and in some of my previous videos, this has been Bitcoin and Ethereum. In fact, if you look at our $15,000 to $1 million portfolio, you will see that it's 30% Bitcoin, 30% in Ethereum. We've changed. We've now created a new category for this section, which is ETFs. And in that, we have got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Solana. Solana was in our altcoin portfolio. It has now moved up a leg. We expect Solana and its ETF to be approved within the next 12 months. That is another assumption. Potentially it may or may not happen, but we know that people like BlackRock are going to submit their Solana ETF applications as soon as the Ethereum ETF goes live. So, of the 60%, we would put 30% of our portfolio into Bitcoin, 15% of our portfolio into Ethereum, and 15% of our portfolio into Solana. That is category 1, which is top tier ETFs. The next category is, of course, AI, artificial intelligence. You need to look at the narratives and you need to read the room. The venture capitalists out there are starting to invest in AI. They've moved on from crypto. Crypto was 2022 and 2021. The next narrative for VCs is AI. So with that being said, we've chosen 3 projects that we think you should be investing in. And those 3 are Near Protocol, ASI, and Injective. We have chosen Near Protocol. They were previously an AI project that became a blockchain project. They are closely tied in to the biggest company in the world, NVIDIA. And we are expecting announcement upon announcement over the next 12 months. And I think Near will tag along on the coattails of NVIDIA over the next 12 months easily. ASI is a new coin that we'll be launching in July. And it is made up of 3 existing projects, 2 of which I've already held. That is Fetch, Singularity, and Oceans Protocol. Those 3 will be merging into one token, which is ASI. Again, I expect big things from this token. And finally then, Injective. I think this is an often overlooked project. I do think it is going to do great guns in the next bull run, and it is in the portfolio of the majority of top tier investors. So they are my 3 AI picks. My next category is RWA, real world assets. Now, this is the buzzword. Everybody is getting into real world assets. However, this is a portfolio based on results. Therefore, there are only 2 projects in this category for me, and they are number 1, Link, and number 2, ONDO. There are several other projects, Mantra especially, that I have covered on this channel, which I think will do incredibly well in the bull run. However, they are not there yet. And as we've seen with the previous bull run, some projects are just not ready for the bull run. So I have to pick dead certs for this portfolio. Now, clearly, Link is the biggest oracle and probably currently the biggest RWA project out there. It's currently processed $13 trillion through its protocol. So Link for me is number 1. Number 2 is ONDO. It is on the biggest horse. BlackRock and its association is going to push it onto $15 to $20. On top of this, it started to expand onto other chains. The deal with Drift Protocol to allow USDY to appear on Solana cannot be underestimated. So for that reason, there are only 2 projects in this category, Link and ONDO. My next category is DEXs, believe it or not. This is an oldie but a goodie. Why have I picked DEXs? Because when prices go up, DEXs make all the money. They are a revenue generating business and they make billions of dollars a year. So I've picked 3 in this category and there will be a 10% allocation. In first spot is Jupiter. Jupiter is the unicorn on Solana. It is going to be the everything exchange. They are bringing RWA, DePIN, AI, everything they can. They're going to try and bring to Solana. That's my number 1 DEX for this bull run. Number 2 is Uniswap. You cannot have a DEX portfolio without Uniswap. It is still the biggest DEX and it still has the most volume, but only just. And in this bull run, I expect Jupiter to overtake it. And then the wild card is Woo. Woo is yet another DEX with a very small market cap compared to the other 2. And however, I do expect it to do multiples in this bull run. So they are my 3 DEXs that you should hold for this portfolio for the bull run. And my final category, DePIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure. I have chosen 2 projects for this, ICP and Render. ICP could have gone into other categories such as AI, but I think ICP is trying to be the Internet of all things, and I think it should be on everybody's portfolio. The price action recently, as with most of these coins, has come down dramatically, and I have included it in some of my previous portfolios. Render is associated with Apple. That is all we need to know. The only question mark I have out over Render is against its revenue model. However, it is still a beast of a project. And although it's run up massively over 2024, it has retraced somewhat, and I do expect it to have an incredible bull run. And then finally, you should always hold some money. You should always hold cash on the sides. We've allocated 7.5% of the portfolio to cash. This is to pick up any late runners to the game. Anything that comes from the field over the next 12 months is in that 7.5%, and that can be anything in any other category. Now, there are a couple of categories, glaring categories, that I haven't included in this portfolio. Number 1 is gaming. I think we are still too soon. There are some great gaming projects out there, but the revenue isn't there, the adoption isn't there, the people playing the games are not there. We are still some way away from Epic and Steam having fully integrated games. We've seen Sony and Nintendo look. We've seen Konami add its own NFT marketplace, but they're not ready yet. For that reason, I expect the bull run of gaming to be 2030. We are too soon. And of course, meme coins. There are a multitude of meme coins that we could have included in this portfolio. Some of the favorites on the channel, obviously Bonk, we have Pepe, we have Shiba Inu. All of these coins will do incredibly well, as I imagine coins such as Dog with Hat and Bohm, they will also do incredibly well over this bull run. But I cannot put horses in that are untried and untested. I have to stick to projects that I truly believe will be here in 5 to 10 years' time. And that comes to the final comment on this video, and that is how long to keep this portfolio for. Most people, especially on YouTube, will be telling you what you should have in your portfolio, what projects you need to have that are going to do 100x. Nobody talks about when to sell. For me, this portfolio will be sold in stages. So towards the end of the bull run, we will see Bitcoin peak, but we may see some of these alts peak before then. What you need to do is allocate a price to each token. For example, if Chainlink was to hit $90 to $100 in this bull run, I would start to DCA out. If Jupiter hits $5 to $6 to $7 in this bull run, I would also look to start to DCA out. So as well as having a portfolio, you need an exit plan. You do not want to be holding these coins in 2027 at the pits of the bear market. You want to be out at the peak in 2025. And that's something really important to understand about any portfolio. These are not long-term holds. The only coin out of this portfolio that you should hold for the long run is Bitcoin. And if you don't want to DCA out to US dollars, you DCA out to Bitcoin. They should be your only two options. Everything else you should look to sell. You are not married to any of these coins. These coins are here to make you rich and wealthy. They are not here to be in your portfolio because you've bought into the tech. Let's not try and kid ourselves. So that's the portfolio. Of course, throughout this video, I will be leaving imagery on the screen to depict what percentages are going into each coin. All of the links will be down below, as well as links to some of the exchanges where you can go and start to build this portfolio. So with all that being said, thank you for watching to the end of this portfolio video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. You, as always, have been great. I have been Mike. Until the next video, goodbye.